Yes, you are.
Okay. You need the front one. Okay, I'll get it.
I need this one. If not getting this one.
Both of you need,
No, no, no. I need this second one.
Second one.
okay, both of you?
No,
Okay.
no.
So, anyway, what we have here, remember this about active and passive.
Need front, we need back.
You need the front,
I need front.
and you need the back. You have both?
No, this one.
Back.
That one.
Both?
Front.
I see it, yes, yeah. So before we start this, keep this. And on Monday, we will talk more about using that past participle and how this makes a difference in how we're speaking and when you read information. You don't always have to use it so much as understand what it means when you see it in the reading. Before we go on, a few things. We've been talking about employment, unemployment, labor. What do we know about labor? What is labor?
Worker.
Work. What?
Worker. Worker.
Labor.
What's this?
Worker. Only labor is work.
Remember?
Worker.
Yeah. Like teach, teacher. Learn, learner. Drive, driver. So it's not always true, but it helps us to keep track of these index and what they mean. Yesterday, in our lesson about active passive, what came up was Labor Day. Do we know Labor Day?
Yep.
When is Labor Day?
First week.
First May.
September.
Pardon? Back?
First May.
First what?
First May.
First Monday. On September.
In the U.S., is in September.
First Monday.
The first Monday in September. In the world, there is respect for labor in different countries, and sometimes it's in May. May Day, yes. So in the U.S., we don't have that May Labor Day. We have September Labor Day, and how that affects us is that school begins after Labor Day. So we don't have school until Labor Day. And you will notice here in Hamtramck, if you're around, there will be a parade on Labor Day in Hamtramck and in Detroit. So if you're English, from England, you will see often it's spelled labor. O-U-R, labor. So we talked about some things on that sheet, and we're talking about employment, and this came up in the news today about a term that you may see in the news from time to time. It's referred to as DEI in business, and it refers to these three things about people in the workplace. Laborers, people who work. All kinds of jobs, office jobs, street jobs, service jobs, corporate jobs, and this word, diversity. What does that mean? Different kinds. Very good. Can't spell today. What does that mean with people? What does that mean for people? Now, diversity of pens and pencils, different colors, different pens, pencils, but for people, what does that mean? Diversity.
Race,
What is race?
nationality,
Okay, I don't like I don't like the term race because I don't know what that means. We have humans have one race. It's called the human race. Other places you will see in the past they used race as a way to separate people into groups. But different kinds of people, we talk about nationality, nationality, language, gender, men and women. So what does that have to do with jobs and career? Anything? It does. And you will notice that the world has changed a lot in my lifetime, and it's changed a lot more for people like my parents and grandparents, how things were decided. Only some jobs were only available to men. That's it. Some jobs only for women. That's it. Some jobs for people from different countries, different backgrounds. Nope, not allowed. So this has been a big thing in business and companies hiring. Most companies in the U.S. today, I'm not talking about, like so much a little store, but companies at large are very aware of the fact that they need to have different kinds of people in the workplace. But along with that, along with having different kinds of people, is some kind of training or awareness so that people are aware of some of the differences that people have from where they come from. A good example was when I first came to Hamtramck teaching in the high school and in the mid-90s, and issues about food in the lunchroom for the kids in the lunchroom, and specifically halal food. Pretty easy to understand that if you are aware of the different kinds of backgrounds that people have, religious belief, cultural belief, and so that was something that needed training. How about this one? Equity. Can we find a word in equity? Let's think about Martin Luther King.
All people is.
What?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
I want that other word. Starts with an EQ.
Even.
What?
Even.
EQ. Quality. What does that mean? What does that mean? In the workplace. What? What's the same?
Even.
Give money.
Your pay. Your pay. If you are in a workplace and some people are given more people than others for the same job,
Discrimination.
that's discrimination. Yes. So remember Martin Luther King, okay, talked about these things. He didn't use these terms, but he talked about equality in the workplace. And in fact, just to remind you once again about Martin Luther King, does anyone remember when he was killed? When?
1986.
Flip that.
1968.
1968, yes. And where was he when he was killed? Anyone remember? He was in Memphis, Tennessee. Why was he there? He was there to support the garbage workers in Memphis. Why would he go all the way to Memphis to support laborers, workers in Memphis? Any idea? They were given such little pay that they couldn't live on what they made. And he went there to support them for better pay and working conditions. And this word here, do we know integration? What is integration?
Right?
Combination.
Combine.
Together.
Putting things together in the workplace. So, so these are things that come up in employment, and I heard today that some people don't like this. They don't like this. If I have a company, I do what I want. Don't tell me what to do. But people in big companies that have been interviewed, okay, interviewed, tell me about it. Most directors of companies in the U.S. think this is very important. We want our company to be inclusive of people, to include people. Township president. Integration and inclusion, to bring people together. So I thought that was very interesting to hear that today. And there is still some controversy about this in some workplaces. But let's think about Hamtramck. Hamtramck, in case you are not aware of it, Hamtramck has a police chief. What is a police chief? Chief.
Many.
The main policeman who runs the department. This one. Chief. That's like the director, manager. It's one of the titles that's given. And for the life of me, I can't think of his name this morning, but he has been appointed, and he is from New York, and he's a Yemeni American. Grew up in New York, and he is going to be the new police chief in Hamtramck. And why did they go to New York to get a police chief? Any idea?
There is police academy.
He's trained. He has high level of training as a police officer. And he's Yemeni American. Why would they bring a Yemeni American to Hamtramck?
Because there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of Yemeni Americans here, and one of his interests is to involve and engage young Yemeni men, boys, and girls about being part of the community. So anyway, that's part of inclusion, diversity, and in the school district, you will notice that when they hire people, when they interview people to teach and so on, they look at credentials, background, experience, and also how will they be involved in the community. So it affects all of us here in our little town of, our little city of Hamtramck. That was on the news this morning, so we haven't been talking about news lately, but I think we should do more of that. Today I wanted to finally get to this, and this is an article, and it says, "The Spirit of the Wolf." And this information will tie in a little bit with what we had talked about several, for those of you that are new, maybe don't remember, we talked about indigenous peoples, native peoples. Many Native American peoples had a different attitude toward the wolf. The wolf is a very powerful animal, like a dog. They can be dangerous, but they had respect for them. And they understood wolves eat other animals. Yep, that's what they do, because they want to live. But some people thought, wolves are bad, let's get rid of them. And so we have some people that said wolves are good. Some people said that wolves are not so good. But why did some people think the wolf was good? They had respect for the spirit of the wolf. Do we know the word spirit?
Like soul.
Like soul. But this is we're talking about diverse cultures. This is an example of that from the past. So, I hope we'll all be on the same page with this. Start with this one. Yes? Okay. We'll start up here. We'll start in the middle today. Pardon? Amira is volunteering.
I did read.
Are you volunteering?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes. What is a volunteer?
Who is helping other people?
A volunteer is someone who says, I'll do it. Volunteer. Rather than me picking someone says, I volunteer. I'll do it. Let's start up. Amira, start at the top. Right here.
What do you know about the
Wolf. Wolf. They live in the village, in the desert. Do you,
Yes.
in the zoo? Do you think they're in the village where people live?
No.
Not in the USA. I can guarantee you
No.
that if somebody in Hamtramck called the police and said, there's a wolf in my backyard, the police are going to be there fast. Yeah. So you'd find them in the countryside, in the forest, and so on. Next one, Amira.
Do you have wolves in your country?
Wait, let's answer that.
Yes.
The country where you came from,
Yes.
do you have wolves
There are wolves everywhere.
everywhere?
I,
Many places, I'm not sure about everywhere.
not everywhere. Every country.
Just to remind us about this.
Fox.
No.
No, very different.
Good.
They're related.
I mean,
Canines. What are canines? Anybody know? Any animals related to dogs, which came from wolves. All the dogs you see, the big ones, the little ones, are all related in the past to wolves. But canines are all related to dogs and wolves. Fox, the other one that's around here, coyotes. You will notice.
Hyena.
Pardon?
Hyena.
No, hyenas are not really related. They're mammals, but hyenas are not really dogs. Yeah. They look like they should be, but they're not really. Have you ever seen a hyena? Have you seen one? Anyone ever seen a hyena
On the movie.
on the movies? I'm trying to think if the Detroit Zoo has any now, but they have had them in the past. They have had hyenas, and they're quite dangerous, very dangerous, and they're not very friendly. They would make a very bad pet because they will eat you. Wolves are very smart, and I know a friend who has a wolf at his home. It's very large and very sweet and very nice, and I don't trust it. Okay? Okay. But it's a nice dog. It's looks like a dog, but bigger. Anyway, last one, Amira. What was the last?
What story do you know that involve the wolf?
Anyone know anything? Any stories? As a child, stories about wolves. Does anyone know the story of Little Red Riding Hood?
They had like eaten my chicken in the house.
This is from your past.
Yeah.
The wolf came and ate the chickens.
That's why he didn't like.
There is a story, a very famous story for children in the USA. It's called Little Red Riding Hood. And she's a little girl. She has a red, like a hoodie on, red. And she wants to take some food in a basket to her grandmother. And in order to get to her grandmother's house, she has to go through the forest. And what is in the forest? The wolf. And it's an interesting, I'll find it for you and read it to you. And the wolf does some terrible things, but then it has a good ending. But in this story, the good ending means the little girl is fine, the grandmother is fine, but the wolf is what?
Okay.
Dead. Yes. So this is one story about wolves, but we want to expand this a little bit and show that killing the wolf is not always what cultures would want. So, Amira, keep going.
They needed American with great respect for nature and all its creatures. They depended on animals for food, clothing, and
Shelter. So when it says here, they depended on animals for food, they ate them. Clothing. How did they get clothing from animals?
Nothing.
How?
Hair.
The fur from animals, coats, the skin from animals, right? Also, we know we have sheep. Do we know sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get wool from those.
Like this shape.
What does shelter mean?
Flower.
A place to protect you from rain, storms. Notice we have two words here. Creature. T-U-R-E. Has a sound. Nature, creatures. One more, Amira.
They also
Admired.
admires animals for their cunning,
Strength.
and
Agility. Agility.
agility.
Agility.
agility,
Remember we talked yesterday about someone who is flexible? A flexible person has agility. They can move quickly and easily. How about a new volunteer? Another volunteer?
Oh,
Sala?
Newborn babes were often named after an animal, such as running deer or little
Eagle.
eagle. An important chief of the
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne people was named High-Backed Wolf.
High-backed. Notice here's an ED with T sound there. Oh.
High-Backed Wolf. To Native Americans, the wolf was a very special animal.
So, a little takeaway from here, notice that in Native American culture, children are often given a name after an animal that is like them. And the Cheyenne people were Native Americans that lived in the Midwest, north part of the Midwest, the Cheyenne. I'm not sure where they were, which state, but it wasn't here. It was further west. New volunteer. Go ahead, take it.
The Native Americans believed that the world was filled with spirits that control their lives.
Lives.
Like all things in nature, such as the sun, the mountains, the snake, eagle, and wolf, and a spirit within it. To honor the spirits and ask them for help, ceremonies were performed. One of them was the
Honor the spirits. What does that mean?
it's like respect.
With respect, yes. How about ceremony? What is a ceremony?
Like any occasion.
Like what?
It's like your occasion.
A ceremony is a special occasion with certain words that are said. For example, a wedding ceremony.
Their culture.
Yes. So a ceremony is like a program, and it is part of someone's culture that is for that culture. Do we all know the eagle? We did that in this class. Do we all know eagle?
Yeah.
What is an eagle?
It's a bird.
Big bird.
Big.
Also, we've been talking about a little bit about information you should know. The eagle is a symbol that you will see, one of the symbols of the U.S.
National park.
Yes, the national bird. Okay, go ahead, one more.
One of them was the animal dance of the
Cheyenne. That's that group, that Native American group. Another volunteer today? Hip shirt? You're on?
For this ceremony, many special rites are performed.
Okay, rites. What does that mean?
Rites,
special
Rites. Notice the spelling. Not right, left.
R.I.T.
Right.
Right.
Something is right.
A rite is what is done during a ceremony. Certain actions that take place. A rite. R-I-T-E. Go ahead.
one was the painting of the oak skin in a certain manner. Another was when the men put on skins of various animals, including the wolf. They danced around a special fire. It was believed this ceremony would bring the good fortune.
The what? Tiara.
It's a tribe or trade? Tribe.
Tribe.
Tribe good fortune when they went out to hunt.
Okay. What is a tribe? A tribe. Anyone know?
Trouble?
Tribe.
Time track.
Right? Go from one place to another.
Come from another country.
No, a tribe is a group of people that identify within that group as being separate from others. So for example, in this case, we're reading about some Native American peoples. The Cheyenne. The Cheyenne was one indigenous Native American people different from others. They called them Cheyenne. We still have tribes today. People that live differently, have different cultures, different beliefs, and so on. Tribe. Notice when we see that word tribe, I hate to stop you all the time. When we see it, we know that when it's got an E on the end, it's going to be long I sound, tribe. Right? Long I sound. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
It was important to have the spirit of the wolf with it. The natives knew the wolf was a great hunter. They also admired its many
Admired.
admired its many other qualities.
So let's see if they tell us. Well, we're just going around. Shake, you want to try it?
Huh?
Want to be next?
In the world, wolves have great strength and endurance.
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 That came up
Endurance.
yesterday. Endurance. What does that mean?
Endurance.
What does that mean? Endurance. They can play for the whole time. No break. What does that mean? They can keep going. Endurance. Go ahead, Shake.
They're thick.
They're what?
Thick. They're thick.
Thick fur.
They're thick for practice them protest them from temperature as low as 50 degrees below zero. They travel in family groups called bags. Called bags and are intelligent, loving, and loyal. There are a number of wolf species in America. The Arctic wolf and the timber wolf are a number of are found as well as the small and dark red wolf of Texas. And the Mexican wolf. Wolves can adapt to a variety of habitats.
Variety. What does that mean? Variety. Different kinds. Variety.
The North wolf is a very handsome animal.
Hold on. We're gonna new person. Maharoon, you'd like to try it? Now we're back to. Go ahead.
The northern wolf is a very handsome animal that looks like a beach. Friendly dog in the far north, it is often white. In the south, it is gray. Oaks are very social animal. They travel, hunt, and perform almost all other activities in the company of other oaks. A pack usually consists of a male and female that will stay together for life and have babies or pups. They are constant and loving
Companions.
companions. The other members are usually their young, ranging in age from tiny pups to 2 and 3 years old. Most pack include 6 or 7 members but have been known to include as many as 15.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, wolf pack. A group of wolves is called a pack. Okay, next paragraph. Ms. Lehman.
The parents all are the leaders, the rest of the old, depending upon their age and strength. All
Strength.
All have their own special place.
Places.
Their relationships are very complicated. Scientific studies have shown that all pets have complex rules that govern their behavior and the way they relate to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what does that word complex mean? Complex.
Together.
Complex means not simple. So if you have a complex machine, it has many parts. If you have a complex problem, it's a problem with many parts. The opposite of that word would be simple. Easy, simple. Yasmin? Their methods?
Their methods of communicating are also very
Elaborate.
but those very
Wolves.
many different kinds of sounds. The most famous is the
Howl. H-O-U-H-O-W-L.
not just at night. It is a way of understanding their closeness and one of
Wolf. Sky. Okay, Hasina, could we, hold on, let's stop, and then Hasina, let me hear you read.
Immediately the other pack members will rush over and join him. The whole group seemed excited and happy. Packs also communicated with each other this way. They tell each other to stay out of their territory. In old families, everything is done as a group, including the raising of of the young.
Raising of the young.
Raising
So,
of the young.
So yesterday we had this word, raising, going up, but this is talking about wolves. What does that mean? Raising the wolves.
The trust
Wait,
and
hold on. What does that mean?
Raising,
Raising like others.
raising
From baby to
Yes. Raising means taking care of from baby to adult. So we often say, you raise your children. Not picking them up in the air, but taking care of them until they become old enough to be on their own. Okay? Let's switch up here and Aisha, take the next.
They trust and see each other for what could probably the most important activity in the life of the egg hunting. Wolves are
Wait, hold on. Carnivorous.
carnivores or meat eaters. They live on a variety of foods, from mice to fish to the larger deer and mouse.
Moose.
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 Wolves only eat their wolves only kill what they can eat. Hunting takes is necessary for seizing and killing large prey.
Prey. So, hold on. Prey means the animals that they get. Prey. P-R-E-Y. Not like religious prey. This is prey. It's an animal like the wolf eats another animal. The animal they eat is their prey. Okay, Nadir? Wolves never.
wolves never attack a large, healthy deer or moose, which can easily
Defend.
defend itself with sharp cheek
Sharp what? Kicks.
also
Pursue.
pursue hard or find the sick or weak members.
Yeah, pursue means to chase something.
Sick or weak member. This may seem
Cruel.
cruel, but they are actually doing the heart good by keeping it strong.
Very good.
Also
Okay, hold
without
on. We'll move on. Afroza, take it away. Also, enemies.
Animals that will overpopulate their daily
Territory.
and use up to food
Supply.
supply money. Many will every individual starving
Starve.
starve will
Starve.
be
Needed.
needed to keep the balance of for
Balance of what? Nature. Balance of nature. Things in order. Not too many of one animal. There's too many, they will all starve. There's no food. Let's keep going over here, Gadir. Unfortunately, settled
American didn't respect the war like the natives did over the years. Wars were hunted, descended,
poison.
and destroyed
in great animals numbers. They are no
Rare
in other
in what?
North America.
North America.
However, many people now believe the world has a rightful place among Americans.
Next page. America's wildlife. You see it?
In some places like
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone Nature Park, they have been put back into the wild.
Okay, Zainab?
There is much
Controversy.
controversy about these ranchers believe the wolves will attack their herds. Hunters also don't like wolves in the wild.
In the wild.
They want the deer to overpopulate, so they can hunt them. At the same time, there are many people who are fighting to let the wolf once again roam freely in the remaining wild lands of America.
Hold on. Remaining wild lands. What does that mean? Remaining. Wild lands means it hasn't been taken over by houses and shopping centers and roads. It's still wild, the way it was a long time ago. Go ahead, Zainab.
The argument over putting wolves back into the wild
Into the wild.
into the wild is certain to continue for many years. Only time will tell whether they will one day be allowed to do that, and if the spirit of the wolf will live on.
Will live on. Okay.
Lives.
Oh, yes. You have to see where this comes in.
He lives here.
Lives here. This is an old, some people say this, lives. Lives, lives. This is a thing. Now, this is a verb. Lives. Live, lives, or lives.
Life. One.
Right. One life,
9 life.
9 lives. This is the noun. Life. So it's an interesting piece, and I think I brought this up yesterday just to bring this home. Here in Michigan, I have seen a wolf at the zoo, but I have also seen a wolf in the wild, out west, out in the field. And it was a lone wolf by itself, but usually wolves stay in a group called a pack of wolves for hunting. And here in Michigan, there were many people that said, we don't want wolves in Michigan. Michigan here was at one time mostly forest and so on, and the wolves that lived here hunted deer, rabbits, small animals, and then when Europeans came, they brought with them horses and cows. And the wolves, if hungry enough, will eat what's there. It said in here, one piece in here that said about wolves, that they don't eat the healthiest ones. They eat the weakest ones. But any animal that's hungry enough is going to go for what's there. So here in Michigan, we talked about this yesterday. This is in the news. Lower Peninsula, Upper Peninsula. Remember Peninsula?
Yes.
Everyone? A body of land that sticks out into the water. Not an island. It has to be connected. Florida is a peninsula. This one is a peninsula. It goes into the Great Lakes, surrounded by water on at least 3 sides. And same here. This little place up here is an island. It's part of Michigan. It's called Isle Royal. And it's a nature park. And on there are wolves. And how did the wolves get there? They got there naturally. When it's very cold, this turns to ice, and the wolves walked across the ice to get there to where they're going. And so the wolves live on Isle Royal. And what do they eat? They eat moose. You know, that came up in our story. A moose is it almost looks like a cartoon horse. It's very much bigger than a horse, and it has huge antlers that stick out. Very big, like this. And the wolves eat the moose that are not fast enough to get away. And the island of Isle Royal, people go there to camp, look at nature, and which one do you think is more dangerous for someone in Isle Royal? The moose or the wolf? Which one do you think is most dangerous?
Wolf.
Sala says the wolf. Anyone else? You only have 2 choices. I say moose. Why? If you see the wolf and the wolf sees you, unless that wolf is starving, the wolf is going to go. It's not going to do anything to you. But if you run into a moose, they don't see very well. They have poor vision. But if a moose sees you and they think you're going to get in between mother moose and the baby moose, they're going to go after you with these big antlers and step on you. And people do get hurt by wolves, or by moose up in this part of the world. But people that are naturalists, people that want to keep the island a place where people want to go, don't want too many moose. They don't want too many moose because they run out of food. And then the whole moose herd gets sick and they get small, and the babies that are born are not active, and you lose the herd. So they depend on the wolf to keep them in check. So I'll give you a few minutes to take a look here on the bottom where it says vocabulary, and on the back part is comprehension. Take a look here, and I'll give you a few minutes to see. You can work together if you like. Give me 5 minutes here.
Now, all this because there's many options. Type of celebration, Indian religious celebration.
finish it? Good? Okay, give me 2 seconds here. Let's, even if you're not done, we'll go through these together. And we started in the back. We did the ayat, so we'll start with you. Okay? To read number 1. Okay.
Animals are
Admire. What?
for their
Wait, hold on. Admired.
admire for their cunning, strength, and agility.
Yes. So now what this is asking is look at the underlined word and select A, B, or C. So what do we think?
B.
I hear a C. I
B.
hear a B.
B.
Anybody for F?
B.
B.
Quickness.
Quickness. Remember, agile. Look at these guys. Agile. They have to twist this way, that way, move fast, agile. The other words in here, just to give you understanding of the meaning, what does it mean, gentleness?
He can't walk faster.
Pardon?
He can't run fast.
They won't hurt you. So if you have a gentle cat, it's not, no. Got a gentle dog. Very sweet, pleasant dog. When we add the ness on front, it means equality. So I could say, a person is very kind. Right? We would say that person has kindness. It turns it into a noun. Kindness. So the correct answer here for agility is quickness. Quickness. Okay, back up here, Mohammed, number 2.
The Native Americans performed
Which
ceremonies to honor the spirits. Number 8, also respect.
show respect. Honor.
Show respect.
Show respect. Notice that word honor starts with an H. You don't hear it, you just see it. Honor. No, it's not honor.
Honor.
Like honey. It's honor. What is the ceremony again? Ceremony?
It's cultural occasion.
Ceremony.
Celebration like.
It's what you do at a celebration.
Like religion,
It could
cultural
be
occasion.
a ceremony. Doesn't have to be for that. So, for example, when the new police chief comes to Hamtramck, he will go in front of the city council,
Christmas.
and they will say, "Do you swear to follow the law?" "Yes, I do." "Do you swear to be a good employee?" And they will ask questions and he will answer. That's a ceremony. A ceremony. But usually we think about a ceremony as something like, I think of it, when I think of it, I think of a wedding ceremony. People get married. Then the other one here, the spirits, once again, we talk about the spirits, it means that objects have a soul inside. Number 2, Akil? No, 3. Ceremony. They special right. A, B, or C?
C.
C. Read C for us, Akil. Fixed. Fixed. Ceremonial actions. Notice ceremony. C-E. We know that C-E has a S sound, right? Ceremony, celebration. Number 4, Saeed.
What a Greece time in
Endurance.
Tolerance for
B.
hardship, vitality,
Tolerance for hardship.
We have an A. Anyone have a B?
B.
Vitality.
We have a B. Oh, we have 2 B's.
Vitality.
B is the better answer. Endurance means life. Vitality means life. Energy for life. Endurance. Notice, okay. Tolerance for hardship. That can also be, I could see a case for that also. Number 5, Shitanguru.
Intelligent, loving, and loyal.
Faithful. You can, their pack trusts them. They're very faithful to their pack. Number 6, Salah.
Works have complex laws that govern their behavior. C.
Complicated.
Complicated. Complex means many parts. Complicated.
Number 8.
Letter A. Yep. Complicated. The opposite of complex is simple. That's B. Is something simple, something complex or complicated. Let's go to start over again in the back. We're our number 7.
7.
Okay.
Albert.
Who is Shahan? I think we started with you, didn't we?
Owls are famous for their own.
One more time.
Wolves.
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 No. What?
Wolves.
Wolves.
Wolves. Wolves. Wolves.
What? Wait. Water.
Water.
What?
What?
Wolf.
Oh.
What?
What?
Wolf.
What?
Good.
What?
Good.
And wolves. What are famous for their old
Howl.
howls. Howl. That's good.
Now this is from the story. What is a howl?
Howl. Sound. Sound.
It's a sound.
Yeah, big sound.
Long,
Which
loud
one?
cry.
Which
Long,
one
loud
do you like
cry.
the best?
Long,
B.
loud, loud cry.
Long, loud cry.
Oh.
Yeah. Howl. Notice the word howl has H-O-W in it. Howl.
Howl.
And you just add an L. Howl.
Wolves.
Wolves. Howl.
Howl.
Number 8. Sure.
Wolves. Pursue has
Wolves.
Wolves. Wolves.
Wolves.
Wolves. Wolves pursue has of fear.
Number C.
What is C?
Chase.
Chase. Very good.
Chase. Chase, bro.
Check. Number 9.
Proud of you. Now, where? 9? 9.
There is much controversy about putting wolves back into the wild.
A, B, or C? Controversy.
See, argument.
It's argument. And over here, Maharu, number 10.
Many people want to let loud rumors
Oh.
Rome.
in the world. A.
Wrong.
Rome. You had it, Maharu. A. If I was going to roam around the room, it means I just walk around, roam. No specific place to be, just roam. Wander about. The next part, comprehension. You need to look back a little bit into the story to help you with this. So when it says paragraph 2, we're going to have to look at paragraph 2. Okay. So, go ahead. Taslima?
Paragraph 2 is mainly about why the
Paragraph 2 on your story. It's going to mark here. Let's take a look here. Paragraph 2. What? Read letter A for us, Taslima.
answer B.
Read letter A for us.
What the Native Americans believed in.
Okay. That's one of our choices. Let's look at paragraph 2. What is the first sentence?
The native Americans believe that the water one was female spirits
believed
and lived.
that the world was filled with spirits and controlled their lives. One of the things we know about the construction of paragraphs is when you have a paragraph, a group of sentences, usually the first paragraph tells you, what's this going to be about? So a paragraph, you look, when you're looking for information, it's important that you look at the first line, the first sentence of a paragraph to see what something is about. It could be there's a lot more information in there, but we know that that is true with this particular one. And Yasmin, number 2. Topic. Of what? Paragraph what? Okay, let's take a look at paragraph 4. Read the first line of paragraph 4.
Not all is a very concern.
So it's telling about the wolf. So the characteristics and habits of the wolf. What is a characteristic?
Right?
Yes, you can describe it, what it looks like.
So it's a A.
Characteristics, what it looks like, and the habits. It's friendly. A is a better answer.
A.
C.
If you put C, I would accept that too, because it's in there as well.
Yes. A.
Male, what could we say about the male and female wolves? They stay together for how long?
For life.
For life. Yeah. They pair up, that's it. Hasina, number 3, yeah.
Main topic of paragraph 6.
A, B, or C, what do we think?
C.
Now here is C, what they like to eat.
C.
Okay. Take a look at the first line. The first line in paragraph 6.
Most families, everything is done as a group.
Everything is done as a group.
It is about wolf pack.
So look at our choices.
B.
The wolves depend on each other as part of a group.
Yes.
Better answer.
A.
Yeah.
A wolf keeping or four.
Aisha, number 4. Have to look at the last paragraph. The last paragraph starts on this side, paragraph 7.
The life of the wolf in Yellowstone National Park. Why people, number 8, why people kill the wolf? What's that?
Unfortunately, the people who settled America did not respect the wolf like the natives did. What's it telling us?
Hey.
A,
Yeah, yeah.
why they killed them.
Yeah.
Why to kill? All answers A.
I have a wolf story for you. My brother lives here, and it's very forest, lots of trees, lots of forests, not many houses, not many farms, and there are wolves. And many people that don't live up there go up there at certain times of the year and go hunting. What does that mean, going hunting?
Kill.
Hunting for animals that they would kill and eat. The animal that they like to go hunting for are called deer. They have little horns. Deer. Sort of looks like an antelope, but they're deer. And they take dogs with them. They take dogs to chase the deer, and then when the deer comes out, then they shoot them. Well, sometimes dogs, when they smell an animal like a deer, will run into the woods chasing the deer. But there are also packs of wolves in that forest. Wolves work together. Wolves work as a group. And if they see a dog chasing their dinner, their deer, do you think they like it or don't like it?
Don't like.
They don't like it. This is an intruder. An animal that shouldn't be here. And so people that go hunting up there have to be careful about taking dogs. Yeah, because of that. And many people have lost their dogs. Well, we're going to stop for today. And I hope to see you on Monday. Very good. Have a nice weekend. Tomorrow is supposed to be nicer than today, and Friday is supposed to be nicer than Thursday. So have a nice weekend. For those of you that have not been outside during this cold weather, this is a good time to go for a walk and get some sun and enjoy being outside. Pardon? Work and sleep. How do you get here? You drive? You walk? You walk? So you be outside. Say hello to the blue motherfucker. Will you? Oh, it's extras? Have a good See you on Monday. See you again. So, every day or some days? When you can come, come. You can't come,